Right, folks, we've got Paul Weidner here on the show. We've just done a fantastic podcast. It goes for about 45 minutes. We found out all of his story, everything, a lot about what he does with his trades. We're going to dive in here into a price chart and find out what that looks like in the actual market. So we've heard what it looks like. We're going to find out what it actually looks like. Great backstory around discipline and bodybuilding and that sort of thing as well. So Paul, welcome to the Trading Nut YouTube channel. Over to you.
How's it going? Glad to be here. So this is GJ, what we're looking at on the 15-minute time frame, and this is the Asian session. So I have little custom time zones on. So whenever I'm just back testing or looking at the chart, I can see this is my Asian session. I'm at the chart. This is my New York session, and everything else in between is just irrelevant because I'm not on the chart at that time. So it doesn't matter because I wouldn't be there to take a trade anyway. So this was the Asian session. So price came down from this resistance up here. And the trade idea was once we get a new low in these 15-minute candles, that we would then take an entry. So the idea was price came down here, and then this candle right here formed a support kind of in line with this right here. So then price came up, and if you look at the candles, that's kind of what I would say my specialty is in terms of my trades, just what I look at. Is this one to here made a higher low, and we have a higher high to here, same thing up to here, and then this one came into this resistance that we previously had from this breakout right here. So the idea was if this resistance is going to hold, price should then break below this bullish candle, and we should fall down to the support here, and maybe break, maybe not, but the target was just down to the support, and we risked about, I think it was 5 pips for about 10. So that's that 2-to-1 we talked about in the podcast, just by using that stop loss like that. So when I enter it, the previous 4-hour, when I came to the chart, it was bearish. It's the previous 4-hour that's closed. So previous 4-hour was bearish. And then that means I'm looking only for sells. So I'm looking for new lows. So then we had this new low established down here, and then price came up, made a lower high. And if you look, this wick made a lower high to this one over here, and then it made a lower low. So once this candle broke here, I took an entry there, stop loss here, because it didn't make sense for this candle to not break above, break below, and then for it to come back up and break above this wick it made. It just doesn't make sense for price to do that if it's actually going to come down. So if it would do that, then price is probably going to head up, and we want to get out as soon as possible. So that's why I used the current candle for the stop loss, and then our target was here. This fell super, super fast that I actually closed down here just because it just fell too quick for me to close it here. So we got some extra pips, but that was the idea behind the trade.
Nice. Brilliant. Superb. Well, look, guys, hopefully, or actually, before we jump into the close, how do you determine the 4-hour bearish? Is that literally one 4-hour bearish candle, or is there something a bit more to that?
Yep, I will show you real quick. So it's super simple. Like if I came to the chart here, I'd come to the chart, I go to the 4-hour time frame, previous candle here. So if this was like Sunday and this previous was closed, it's bearish. So I take sells, and what I do is I take a horizontal line. We'll use this one. It's probably a better example. So if we come to the chart and this candle just closed, and this is our new 4-hour where we'll be looking to take a trade, I put a line at the high if it's a bearish candle. So as you saw with that entry I took it at the new low. So that the concept is the same on the 4-hour. If this 4-hour comes up and breaks the high of this bearish candle is invalid, and price is actually going to go up. And this is probably going to be a support versus this being a resistance. So then if we drop down on a 30-minute, the rule is everything under this line is a sell. And that's all we look for until price breaks that, and then we take a buy.
So logical. I love it. Absolutely brilliant. Well, look, Paul, thank you very much for coming on the show. Now, what's the best way for the listeners to get hold of you, or the watchers?
Instagram or YouTube. Instagram is at Paul Weidner 94. YouTube would be Trading with Paul. That I reply to everything. So if you got questions, message me. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, look, guys, thank you for watching this. Hopefully you took away a lot. There's a lot more over there on tradingnut.com in the podcast as well. You've got full 45 minutes really getting into what Paul does. And do remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and there should be a little notification bell as well. Turn those notifications on so you get videos like this in the future. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.